Hey, we're live. It's National Pathology Week, so happy National Pathology Week, everybody. Pathologists are the doctors and scientists who help diagnose disease. And actually, around 70% of diagnosis is made by pathologists. And they work mostly within labs and they help try to find out what's wrong and therefore what's the best treatments. So, this is all part of a special project across the UK for National Pathology Week and many different events going on. So, I'm so glad you can join me. I'll be doing another session as well today at 1:30 and 4:30. So my name is Dr. Lizzie Burns. I'm a scientist originally, studying the body and fascinated by how astonishing we are. Hello, Royal College of Pathologists. How astonishing we are, and also what can go wrong with this, which is obviously when we're unwell. And if you can understand that, hopefully you can help get people better. Obviously, we're all profoundly affected by disease at the moment, aren't we? So we're very aware of how much the science is needed. So so hopefully this is a lovely celebration. I've been creating some special resources. So I am a scientist, but I'm also an artist as well. And for many years now, I've been combining the two. So I've created some special resources for the college, both of which you can print out. So if you look at the Royal College of Pathologists website, and there's some Heart of Healthcare art activities. There's a couple of sheets there. Hi, that chat. One is of a drawing of the heart, which I've done, which is life size. So imagine that this is really your heart. You can cut it out and put it together, colour it in. Here's one that I made earlier. It's very Blue Peter, isn't it? So you can do a little hinge and then just with sellotape, and you can open up and show the inside and the outside. And on the inside, imagine this really would be your heart. Your blood would first of all enter from your body, so lacking oxygen, going inside. It's going to be pumped through your lungs and then picking up oxygen and then push back into the heart, and a final push to get the blood pumping around your body. So it's a little bit thicker there. So there's also some videos with a cardiologist, a pathologist, who will be explaining more about these. So it'll involve colouring in while learning and listening. So that's one of the resources, and definitely have a go at that. I think this will be a nice activity. So maybe if you're a teacher, maybe if you're students in school at the moment, just one sheet, you can cut them out, colour them in, think about the direction of blood flow, what's happening, how it works, how remarkable it is. Just in a single day, about 100,000 beats. How incredible. And these wonderful cells, what is it that your body's made of? Cells. And these are cells which beat all the time. So I'm going to wait just a couple of minutes because it can take people a little time to arrive. So in a couple of minutes or so, we'll get folding. So the other resources we're creating is a sheet to be able to fold your very own beating heart, which is what I'm going to show you in just a couple of minutes' time. And it's a fold which has been discovered, designed by an origamist, David Petty, and thank you to David and to the British Origami Society for sharing this amazing fold. What we'll be doing is using this little strip at the side. I recommend a bit of colouring in as well. You could colour in before or after, and then I'll show you how to fold it. And it actually makes a noise as well. So it will move. Heart I coloured in earlier. And we'll also learn about what the heart is made of, these cells, what can go wrong with them as well. So when we fold it, one side healthy cells and the other side is showing different ways that the heart may be unwell, which is the kind of thing that pathologists are interested in because they want to be able to get people better. So I definitely get out your crayons and pencils. The other thing is actually, so all of these videos will be on the Royal College of Pathologists YouTube channel. And there's a playlist, so you'll be able to go through there. As an extension activity, you could also learn, there's so many amazing things you can do with origami, which is both science and art. And on there, I'm also showing you how to be able to fold your very own virus-like structure as well. So viruses are made of, inside they have DNA or RNA, and the outside is covered with proteins. And because their DNA or RNA is very small, they can only encode a small number of proteins. And so there's a lot of repetition. So they're beautiful sort of patterns. This obviously is not a virus, but if you look at a drawing that I've done as well, you'll see how similar this is. And it might just be a really fun thing to make. If you're being very ambitious, this is effectively a football with origami. And your DNA encodes proteins, and it's the way that they fold up that gives them the shape and therefore the function. So while you'll also be having fun, I hope, with origami, you'll also be learning too. Right, I reckon most people should have arrived by now for this session. So I'm going to show you how to fold your very own heart. Maybe those at the college as well, the Royal College of Pathologists, may also want to fold their own. They may not have had a chance yet to do this. So grab something that's comfortable to press on. As mentioned, I would maybe add colour, but you probably don't need to see me just colouring in just now. So assume that I've coloured it in, or assume that you have, or you can colour it in later. So to make this, I know some of you may not have had a chance yet to print out this sheet, in which case I can still show you how to make a beating heart. So what we want is a strip. So the width of paper is 21 centimetres. If you measure around 7 centimetres, so it's 3 by 1. So we're going to use just this strip. There's also a diagram that might be useful. So to remove this strip, I would just recommend folding. So turn it over and pull it back until you line up with that little line that you can see. Here we go. And don't worry, this bit doesn't have to be too accurate, but generally origami is good to be accurate if you can. So I have purely folded along that line. And if you give a good strong fold, then it means you'll be able to tear it as well. So you could use scissors, but I recommend tearing actually. It's surprisingly accurate. If you've done a good strong fold, then you should be able to do a little nick and then tear it off. So in terms of the strip here, this side shows normal cells, and your heart, like any other organ, all of your body is made of cells. And these cells in the heart are particularly large actually, and maybe I'll show you a coloured in one, particularly large. And they contain, as most cells do, nuclei, which is where your DNA is. So you may find these little round blobs, colour those in, your nuclei, which is where your DNA is found. And these cells are very long, they're muscle cells, and they're going to pump away. On the other side, we've got strips of other sorts of cells. So one is showing how your heart is affected if you've had a heart attack, that they die off, and there's some red blood cells there, so it's just damaged tissue. Middle one showing about what could happen if your heart was, if you were suffering from a very rare autoimmune disease, so white blood cells attacking the muscle cells, which is clearly not a good thing. And then the bottom one is rather beautiful shapes, but a genetic disorder as to how heart cells could be growing in strange directions, and then the heart doesn't work so well. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a guide. So do have a read, but I'm going to show you basically how to fold it. So first of all, turn it to the back, and I simply want you to fold it in half. So do take your time, relaxing that way. So simply folding it in half. That's it. Hopefully that's a simple step. All right, I want you to make sure that we've got it the right way up, because there is a wrong and a right way up, isn't there, for this? So have it as if you can imagine this will become a heart shape. So the V's this way up, the V's coming up towards the top. So that way. So our next step, which is all on the diagram as well, but you may find diagrams a bit tricky. I always do a bit. They get easier with time, is to take the side and we're going to line it up along the middle line. So I was actually taught some origami by someone who was a patient in the hospital, UCH, which is where I work 1 day a week as a creative specialist, and asked me if I could learn and pass it on. Found it relaxing and a very good thing to do. So again, this side, we're going to fold it up. It's looking a little bit like a heart, but not entirely there yet. Hope that's working for you. This is a relatively simple fold, actually. There we go. Is that working for everybody? You can always send messages if it's not, or you need me to explain anything. There we go. So it was took the side and I folded it up to that middle line, like so. Right, I want you to turn it now to the back. Here we go. And we're going to take this side and we're going to line it up to the middle, but we're going to be bringing it round and it will pivot the back. You'll see. A bit hard to explain. It's all engineering, and of course your heart's a piece of engineering as well. So I am moving the side, but I'm letting this stick out, so I didn't fold this. Do you see? So I'm taking this side and I'm going to match it up to the middle. Take your time. This is also a good thing for your relaxation, which is obviously a good thing for your heart too. You should definitely keep up exercise. I've already had a run today. I find that really helps. It's definitely anxious times, isn't it? Take this side and then bring it up to the middle. But then it's also important to relax too. I found origami a very good way of relaxing. I've actually been doing a fold every week during lockdown. So if you look on my channel, you'll see lots of things that you could make as well. So there we go. So it's looking really quite like a heart, but not entirely. So we can soften the heart a bit. The point up here, you could just tuck at the back. So all I've done is I've taken the point and fold it back like so, and the side. There we go. And the other side. There's also a film as well of this on the Royal College of Pathology's playlist. So, and I'll be doing another fold again at 1:30 and 4:30. There we go. Right. At the moment, it looks like a heart, but it's not beating. How's it going to beat? So again, it's a little piece of engineering. It's rather amazing. We're going to take the side here and we're going to fold this to that middle line. Can you see? So this outside is going to go to the middle. Origami is all about care, attention, focus. This is all good for learning generally. I wondered whether this would be a good exercise for doctors. Be very careful, precise, and understanding. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing for this side. We're almost there. I think I've been chatting more than I expected, but I've got quite used to chatting to myself now. But I know that you're there, so otherwise I don't chat to myself. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that could be a little bit more exact through that point. Be nice and exact if you can. There we go. So just one more step really is opening the flaps. I would think of like opening a present. And this middle, I want you to take it and kind of roll in the sides. And you're making a point. So I'm pushing in, rolling in the sides. Kind of interesting when you're doing it back to front and into a camera. All things are possible. The brain is a remarkable organ. There we go. Can you see? So I'm pushing in the sides. What I'm trying to do is make a little point there. Now this is actually your handle. We'll find out whether it's going to work. Here goes. So this little handle. And what you can do is squeeze it. And as you're squeezing it, it will make your heart hopefully beat. Oh, she says. There we go. And it can make a little bit of a clicking noise as well. As always, have a little play around. and you'll find after a while it will work. There we go. I hope it's worked for you. Would love to see your hearts as well that you folded, and you're colouring in hearts. There's my more colourful one. So it can make a really good sound actually, but do it carefully. There's also a film, so I hope that's worked for you, everybody, and a happy National Pathology Week. And I hope you'll enjoy the colouring in, and also there's further videos too. So if you want to fold yourself a virus-like structure, colour in hepatitis B, it's a lovely thing to do. Thank you. Bye-bye.